Because the word motherfucker is a noun. It describes a person, place, or thing.
It's the motherfucking pie. What up, crew members? Crew members. Welcome to the motherfucking podcast, the sports edition. I'm your host, Mr. Headquarters, repping the 504 as usual. To my right, as usual, my dog, repping the 985 and the 225, EJ, the motherfucking DJ.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's good, boss man?
Not much. I can't call it, bro. Look, sports edition again, only on YouTube. Our sports podcast that we only bring to you only on YouTube. No audio versions, nowhere else. You got to lock in and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We going over week 3 of the NFL odds. We picking the games. This is motherfucking picks. EJ, we had an interesting week 2. I'm going to do the tallies up. I didn't do all the tallies up. I know you missed last week, but I got to add up these games. I'm going to have that ready for week 4. But what you thought of the first few weeks so far?
Unexpected, crazy, and just downright unpredictable now. At this point, it's anybody's game. We really don't know what's going to happen. So the only thing we could do is hope for the best. Right now, our Saints is 2-0. That's all that matters to me right now. But
yeah,
these been some I ain't gonna lie, our games been shitty ass games, bro.
Well, I said this before. I think there's a lot of bad quarterback play in the league right now. It's kind of turned back into back when Ray Lewis and the Ravens was running around. Remember when Madden was good, when it was a defensive game? It feels like a defensive league now here in the NFL right now. There's a lot of bad quarterbacks, a lot of great defenses out there. The Saints are one of those good defenses out there. The Cowboys, the Jets, the Commanders, the 49ers, just to name a few. There's a lot of good defenses out there right now, and they whooping ass and they feasting on these shitty
Cowboys
ass
defense is scary, man. I gotta give it up.
I agree. But getting into it, let's get down.
The Cowboys defense is scary, bro.
Yeah, and we might have to see them in the playoffs. We might have to see them. But week 3.
Now, I will say the only defense that's comparable to that is the 49ers, though. Yeah. All right. So tonight's game is Thursday night game. There's the New York Giants, and they will be facing the San Francisco 49ers, which is right now looking like one of the favorites to come out of the NFC. Giants right now is 1-1. San Francisco is 2-0. And
Yep.
San Francisco, if I'm reading this correctly, they are minus 10.5.
Yeah. It's been fluctuating between 10 and 10.5.
How in the hell?
Well, I know how. I mean, you give up 40 points on the opener at home, you ain't gonna be favored in many games. They got a lot of explaining to do. They got a lot of proven. Their offense looks like shit outside of Saquon. Danny Jones. We've been sold a lot of bag of dreams about Daniel Jones. Him supposed to be in this great quarterback coming out of New York. I don't see that shit. He look mediocre at best. He look like a game manager at best to me. So now I will say this: they don't have a lot of great weapons at receiver. So it's not like they have like a ton of offense out there for people to really get excited about. But I think for what they have, this is fitting. They should be down favorite. They should be not favorite against the 49ers, who are at home, who has great defense, a Super Bowl contender. San Francisco should win this game. I'm gonna go out and say that right now. I ain't gonna fuck around with the playoff with the predictions on this one. I think San Francisco should win this game handily, easily, at home, 21-10. San Francisco take care of business and they cover.
28-10.
Say that again.
28-10.
28-10, San Francisco.
Yeah, 28-10 San Francisco. The
How you feel about
defense
this
should
game?
really the defense should really shut them down. If I'm looking at this correct, forgive me if I'm new to the point spread a little bit, but San Francisco is minus 10.5. Minus.
Right. So it just means that they're favored to win this game by at least 10 points. If you pick San Francisco to cover, which is if it's set at 10.5, they have to at least win by 11 points or more to cover this game.
Yeah. Well, of course they're gonna do that. I'm just making sure that I'm reading this correctly because I was like 10.5. What the fuck?
Well, see that half point is put in place by people like Vegas to trick people into betting or not betting a certain way. It's all about influence. So that half point is just to fuck with the bettors and shit like that to see if
It sure
try to
fuck
make
with
an
me.
extra dollar. Because
yeah.
when I looked at this odd early in the day, it was 10. So that means it moved to 10.5. So what that means is that means Vegas thinks that they think people are betting in a certain way. So that means a lot of people are probably betting in the favor of San Francisco, which means that the more people that
Why wouldn't you?
The more people that bet for San Francisco, the higher that spread is probably going to go up. Now,
okay,
a lot of times, depending on who you ask, some insiders might say, "Hey, well, this might be a sucker bet," because of the fact you looking for San Francisco to have a 10-point difference in winning.
This should be by looking at this game. This should be an easy win for San Francisco. It should be.
It should be. Now we've seen situations where I'll give you an example like Kansas City and Detroit. I think Kansas City was favored by like 6 points.
For that. You fell for that one, boy. Hard.
Shit happens.
And I went with you. And I went with you. I was like, I went with you. I was like, look, but I held my disclaimer. I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Detroit wins this game. I wouldn't be surprised.
And that's why you should go with
that. Was a disclaimer.
Go with your gut. Go with your gut. Go with your first thought whenever you betting, especially when you put money on the line. Don't second guess that shit.
And I didn't put money on the line. I didn't put money on the line. I didn't put money on the line at all. All I did was put my experience on it. That's it. But 28-10 San Francisco, I'm going with that.
All right.
Yeah, Giants ain't really looking too much. But let's move on.
Next up. Who we got?
Yeah, let's move on to some afternoon games. We got Atlanta going to Detroit to face the Lions. Surprisingly, Atlanta's 2-0 as well, and Detroit is 1-1.
Yeah.
And Detroit is -3 at home.
Yeah, I am surprised about Atlanta too. I thought they was gonna lose last week to Green Bay.
I really did too.
They should have lost that game.
They should have. They should have.
Jordan Love fucked up the snap. Did you see that shit? This motherfucker.
It was one job, Love. All you had one job.
You had one job is to hike the fucking ball. That's it. And they fucked that up.
That was it.
Now, I don't know if he was drunk, if he was high, I don't know what the fuck going on. Why he falling over why he falling
I
over
have no
like
idea.
that?
I have no idea. But
look,
Detroit is -3 at home. This might
yep.
be a tough one though. And
Uh,
I'm gonna say Detroit.
CJ
I'm gonna say
Garner.
Detroit.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say Detroit 14-10.
14-10. All right. Now I will say this. CJ Garner Johnson is out for this game. He's out for the season. Torn pec muscle in his chest. So he is out for the season. That sucks for him because he just got that new contract in Detroit. And I think he's one of the more vocal leaders, if not a captain, on that defense. I think that hurts them long term. I think Detroit probably comes back down to earth a little bit as far as the defense wise. But Atlanta is kind of sneaky good. Kinda. I don't think they beat nobody important yet. I mean, Green Bay should have won that game. They lost to Carolina in week 1. I mean, they beat Carolina week 1. So they didn't really beat nobody of importance yet. And I think Detroit is not like a real good test either. But I'm cool with saying Detroit should win this game. I'm cool with that.
It's a contender.
I'm cool with that.
Detroit is a contender now. They're a sneaky good team.
I wouldn't say they're a contender. But I think they better than what they were. I will say that. They definitely in the running for
Detroit is a sneaky good
wins.
team. Detroit is a sneaky good.
So I'm gonna go out and say that I think Detroit win this game in a close game, 20-17. I think they do cover against Atlanta. Atlanta's quarterback is a good game manager for them, Ritter. He is not gonna put them in a bad situation to lose. So I do like
Bijan Robinson is
he's a game manager in that way. I do like the fact that he's a game manager, and Bijan Robinson, like you said, yeah, he is a top 10 running back, if not top 5. Yeah. So they sneaky good. They got their hands full of Detroit. But I think Detroit pulls us out by 3. Who you got?
Yep. Next game up is your favorite team, the Buffalo Bills.
Wait, hold up. You picked? Did you pick for the Atlanta Detroit?
Yeah, I picked for Atlanta Detroit already.
Okay, cool.
14-10.
All right, cool. What's the next
game? Next up is your favorite team, the Buffalo Bills, and your favorite quarterback, Josh Allen, will go on the road to face the Washington Commanders. And Washington is +65. Keynote: Washington is 2-0. Buffalo is 1-1.
Right. So this is our first game with the road
team. Washington is +6.5.
Right. So that means Buffalo's favored by 6.5 points.
Which they should be.
I mean, Buffalo is 1-1. Both of these teams are 1-1, right?
No, Washington's 2-0.
Washington's 2-0. I don't know how the fuck they got Washington. Now, I did claim, disclaimer, I did say that Washington should be in the running for one of the worst teams in the league. I remember I said that week 1 before any of these games got played. I remember that.
And they 2-0 out the gate. They 2-0 out the gate.
I'm still not a believer. Hold up. I'm still not a believer of the Commanders just yet.
And you're not and you damn sure not a believer of the Bills either.
Fuck no. Look. Josh
you
Allen.
You ain't giving Josh Allen no credit.
Josh Allen and these fucking Buffalo Bills are fraudulent. I've proven that to you for the past 3 seasons. I told you this. I've told you this shit.
I will say this. It's coming out the woodwork. Stephon Diggs acting like he don't want to be there.
Man, look. I'm telling you, bro. They fraudulent. They fake. They phony. Anything that you could think of a fake ass motherfucker, that's the Buffalo Bills.
God damn.
I don't trust these motherfuckers. I don't trust them. They frauds. Fraudulent.
So you trust the Washington Commanders because they 2-0.
I didn't say that neither. I didn't say that neither. Now, they do have an interesting young quarterback in Sam Howell. I will say that. Sam Howell is an interesting young quarterback. I would say keep an eye on him. They have a new offensive coordinator in Eric Bieniemy. I would pay attention.
I'll give you that.
Pay attention to Sam Howell. I was not, look, I like to admit when I'm wrong. I think I might have been wrong. I think the Commanders might be a good team this year. We're going to see. We're going to see how it plays out. But pay attention to them. I'm calling the upset, major upset. I think Washington wins this game 24-21 at home. They should not be home dogs. Fuck that. I'm calling them by 3. 6.5 points at home is ridiculous. The Bills ain't what they used to be. I'm calling it right now. The Bills ain't as good as they used to be. But watch out for Stephon Diggs. Who you got?
This one is a little tricky. Washington really does have a good defense if you really look at it on paper. Buffalo looked like they got their swagger back a little bit after that second game. The first game was just a complete debacle. I don't know what the hell was going on with Josh Allen. That he's got the talent, but he does turn the ball over in the most opportune time when you need to turn.
Well, you broke out for a second, but it sounded like you were about to say that Josh Allen is not clutch. Right? Is that what I heard you say? We lost EJ to DJ for a second until he comes back. I'm calling the Buffalo Bills a frauds. All right, well, when we get EJ back, we'll get him back in here. But I'm predicting the Bills are going to take this game. I mean, the Bills are going to lose this game. There you go, EJ. What you think?
Like I said, Bills should win this game. I'm gonna go 17. I'm gonna go 21-17. Buffalo. They should win this game.
Okay.
They should.
Right, we're gonna see.
Be in favor by 6.5 points. They after that second game, they kind of got their rhythm back. So they should be able to win this game. Now, Washington, I'm not gonna give anything to Washington. I just gotta see it first. I'm not sold on Sam Howell yet.
Let me ask
I
you
believe
this.
it's more Eric. I believe it's more Eric enemy than it is Sam Howell.
Let me ask you this. Do you trust that Buffalo defense? Do you trust Buffalo defense?
Repeat it.
Do you trust Buffalo's defense?
Again? Which one?
Do you trust Buffalo's defense?
Not with Von Miller out there. I don't.
So it's safe to say that you don't trust the defense either with him or without him.
If Von Miller was out there, I would trust the Bills defense.
I mean, he only one man. You could take one person out the game.
That's all. The man I need to trust is Von Miller. That is a game changer still. I don't give a damn what nobody says. Von Miller is still a game changer. Now, for me, it's a matter of Eric Bieniemy has been calling some good plays for this Washington offense. This Washington offense is really potent. I just don't believe in Sam Howell. I mean, you could call the plays all you want to, but how good is your quarterback? Now, I'm not sold on him just yet. After 2 games, I'm not sold on him. This is one of those games where if Sam Howell proves himself to me in this game,
yeah,
I might, because Bills are still favored. Either way the cut goes, if you don't trust the Bills or not, the Bills are favored to win this game, and they should be. Rightfully so. They should be. Now, we'll have to see towards the end of the season whether or not they put it all together, but that's another subject for another day. Next game.
Next up.
Denver goes on the road to face Miami. And Miami is minus 6.5.
Whoo, man. It was all good 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? Damn, Denver just got some bad luck coming up. I mean, the first week they lost because the kicker missed an extra point and a 3-point field goal. Then week two they fuck up the end of the game where they should have won. So, and it reminded me of a lot of time. Hold up, it reminded me a lot of times when Sean Payton was coaching the Saints with bad clock management. That's what it reminded me of week 2, and I didn't see not much different. Now, I will say that Sean Payton is a great offensive coach. He's a great head coach, but he does have issues a lot of times with clock management, and it showed his head here with Denver. Now, on top of that, it also sits on your quarterback. Russell Wilson should have been able to take care of that. He's a veteran quarterback. He should know that. So that's kind of both of them a little bit. Now, Miami look like world beaters right now. And Tyreek Hill looks like the best receiver in the league. So that 6.5, yeah, that makes sense to me. I'm calling Miami to win this game 28-24 Miami. They don't cover though.
Denver is one of those. See, Denver, I don't think Denver's offense is the problem. Denver's problem is actually that defense. Now, that defense to have that much talent and you can't put it together after 2 games, that's a concern to me. Now you're about to go get up against one of the most potent offenses in this game. To be honest, you scored a little bit low. Like right now, the story for Miami is in order to beat that Miami team, you're going to have to score 30. You ain't winning this game if you ain't scoring over 30. So I'm going to say Denver 21, Miami 35.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Because Denver's defense, if they don't step up in this game, let's just put it this way. Waddle and Tyreek Hill is going to eat. Against that defense, the way they've been playing, they're going to eat.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen nobody yet look like they can stop Tyreek Hill. So, and they so busy trying to worry about Tyreek Hill, and Waddle's just going to be left wide open on one-on-one coverage. So, yeah.
And that running back can run too. They got speed all over. Like I said, they to beat Miami right now, you're gonna have to score 30. And Russell, if you let Tua show you up,
well, don't forget Miami got a good defense too.
That's what I'm saying. But Denver's offense is just as good. If you really look at it on paper, Denver's offense is just as good. Their defense just ain't been giving them no help.
They have nobody on the Tyreek level. Nobody on offense.
Patrick Surtain, if they put Patrick Surtain on Tyreek Hill and Patrick Surtain cannot cover that man, I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying like as far as offense wise, Denver has nobody that can match up and say they have a Tyreek Hill on their team. They don't. They have
No,
nobody that
no, they
can
don't.
create mismatches like that. But what's your score again?
35-21.
Miami.
Miami.
All right. Next up.
You gotta score 30 to beat Miami. You gotta score over 30. Next up, Houston goes on the road to face one of their division rivals in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jacksonville is -9.
God damn. Why the fuck is Jacksonville? Look, this is my problem.
It's the Houston Texans.
I get that, but why is people putting
It's Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor, look, stop. See, Trevor Lawrence, everybody wants to anoint Trevor Lawrence as the next big thing at quarterback.
Man, he's legit, man. Come on, man.
What? He is not legit. No, he's not. No, he's not.
He just won him a playoff game.
I don't give a shit.
Oh my God.
I don't give a damn.
You do realize that we got fans out in Duval, Just Red and all them boys right there. That's Duval County right there.
You know what? I want to get Just Red on here one of these weeks to talk about Trevor Lawrence and the hype behind Trevor Lawrence. He's probably watching a whole lot more than we have. I want to know from somebody that actually watches them week to week. I want to know from him, does he trust Trevor Lawrence? Because
he does. He'll tell you he does. If he tells you anything different, I'll be like surprised, but he does.
Here's my thing. Last year, they started off really good, and then they started to fall off towards the tail end, if I remember right.
Right.
So I can't remember if they started off strong and then finished off kind of weak.
They started off real slow.
That's what they started off weak. Yeah.
But they finished strong.
Look, they should have ran away with that division way long time ago last season. And this season, they should be 2-0 in my opinion. They should be 2-0. I don't give a shit.
Who did they face again?
Week 1?
Yeah, who did they play?
Let me pull it up. But tell me while I looked that up, tell me why you believe in Jacksonville.
I damn sure don't trust Houston right now.
Well, I mean,
don't get me wrong.
I ain't disputing that.
Don't get me wrong. I'm proud of D'Amico Ryans for getting that head coaching job, but he's got a lot of work to do. Now, CJ Stroud, he's definitely a damn good quarterback, but I gotta see as time progresses, are you going to upgrade your defense? You cannot replace J.J. Watt. Somebody on that defensive squad got to step up.
But J.J. Watt been gone for some years now, bro.
He has, but he's been the man down there in Texas. Ever since he was playing down there, he was the man. And that's hard to replace. That is hard to replace. Now, D'Amico Ryans, you started off 0-2 already.
So they beat the Colts week 1 and they lost this past week to the Chiefs. I forgot about that. I was watching that game.
Okay, that was a legit loss. It's Patrick Mahomes versus Trevor Lawrence, of course.
Now, I will say this. They actually had that game. They was playing pretty good in the first half of that game. They kind of let things get away from them a little bit. The offense kind of stalled in the second half. So, and everybody knows KC defense ain't like this, the best defense in the world. Shit.
I've been saying that. You just didn't want to listen to me.
I never said that they had a great defense. You ain't never heard me say that.
I've been saying that. You didn't want to listen to me.
But
your ass don't listen.
I will say this. Jacksonville is not ready yet. I'm not ready to say people had Jacksonville in their top 10. Like, they're not ready for that. No. They still an AFC South team. The AFC South is weak as shit. One of the worst divisions in the league. You got the Houston Texans, trash. They got the Indianapolis Colts, slightly trash. You got the Tennessee Titans, trash. And then you got the Jaguars, slightly above trash. So, I mean, like, Jacksonville should win this division by default.
I'm not gonna say Texas. I'm not gonna say Titans are trash unless they get rid of Derrick Henry.
The Titans trash. They trash. They got a good defense, but they trash.
And they
But
got Derrick Henry. So as long as they got Derrick Henry, I'm good.
I'm gonna call. Yeah, Jacksonville should win this game, though. By the way, Jacksonville wins this game 17-7 at home. They cover.
21-7, Jacksonville.
All right, fair enough. Up next.
All right. Next up, Indianapolis Colts travel to my second favorite team, Baltimore. So the Colts will take on the Ravens. Ravens are -8 at home, which should be about right now at this point.
Right. So the Colts are what? 1-1?
Yeah, the Colts are 1-1. Baltimore's 2-0, and you lost. You don't have Jonathan Taylor in Indianapolis, but at the same time, Baltimore just lost Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah. Did they say how long he's gonna be out?
They did not say at all. I got to find out quickly and see what's going on with that.
But do me a favor, look that up real fast if you can see.
Yeah, let me.
I'll talk what I think. So Baltimore, I called before the season started. I said Baltimore is a championship contender. They put some weapons around Lamar Jackson. I really like this team if they're healthy. And already in week 3, we already talking about OBJ missing a game potentially. Now, if he is not 100% ready to go by the time the playoffs, they're going to be in trouble. Now, they have other weapons, but you need OBJ. He is your number 1 receiver on this team, period. Lamar Jackson can make things happen on his own. You got Mark Andrews, can make things happen on his own. So my thing is, I like I said, I think this defense is good enough. Their offense is good enough. They just got to stay healthy. Can they stay healthy? That's my thing. No, I don't think so. I still will put KC ahead of them if they went head to head. Even with KC's deficiencies and everywhere across the board, they need a running back. They just picked up Kareem Hunt. I just don't trust Baltimore's injury history. That's my problem with them. But as far as in this game, they should beat Indianapolis at home.
They should
7.5. I think that's a little too high, but I think
8. It's 8.
Well, it moved up to 8. All right, so I still think that's too high. I think Baltimore wins this game 27-21, but they don't cover.
They looks like he has been ruled out for this game. However, they're being optimistic about his injury. They don't think it's that serious right now. So hopefully, I'm praying for Odell Beckham Jr. to have a bounce back.
LSU.
Get back on that. Yeah, get back on that field, man, as best as you can. The way you went out in that Super Bowl, it was more than likely you was going to be the MVP of that game. After you scored that game, that was your ring. You earned that. So, get back healthy, man. Get back healthy. But as far as this game goes, being at Indianapolis Colts without still Jonathan Taylor, Baltimore does have a plethora of injuries as well too with J.K. Dobbins. They should still win this game despite not having Odell Beckham Jr. because they still have some wide receivers out there. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to say I think Young Buck Richardson in the Indianapolis is going to probably show up and show out, try to at least against Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give him 14, but ultimately Baltimore is going to win this game. So I'm going to say a hard game of 21-14. I'm going to say 21-14.
21-14. Baltimore. All right.
21-14 Baltimore. Next up is the battle of the winless.
Oh shit.
The LA Clippers.
Oh no, the Clippers.
Who has let people down. Yeah, the LA Chargers. I'm sorry. Yeah, I called them right. The LA Clippers.
They play like the Clippers. Fuck.
They play like the Clippers right now. They go on the road
You know what? That's a
Two-faced.
good. I like that. I like that analogy. The
Mhm.
LA Chargers are like the NFL's version of the fucking Clippers.
They are. They're
Oh
playing like
man,
all that talent in the world, and they can't put it together. But they
your
will go
boy,
on the road.
your boy.
I still like Justin Herbert. I still like him. I
That's
like him
your
better
boy.
than this clown. I like him better than this clown that they facing up against, Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings. That's who they going up against.
You know what's crazy? Kirk Cousins make like top 10 money in the league. And I don't know if you saw recently, and I know this, we're not talking about Kansas City, but I got to keep going back to it. But Patrick Mahomes just signed an extension not too long ago. I think it was like last season or somewhere. And he just recently took a pay cut. He restructured his deal so they can sign some players. And you know what they did with that money? They went and got Kareem Hunt. Now, obviously, they could have been got Kareem Hunt, but they needed some of their running backs.
You really should have. You really should have.
And it brings it back full circle. He comes back to Kansas City before his legal issues. But back to this game. Kirk Cousins makes a shitload of money. And the same reason why Minnesota is having problems all across the board and they can't keep players. They lost Adam Thielen. They lost Stephon Diggs. They lost
Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook. What the fuck? No, you have not. All you got is Kirk Cousins. Like Kirk Cousins ain't going to get you to the promised land. He ain't. Not by himself.
How many times have I came on and said on this show, Kirk Cousins is a damn thief. I don't care how good people think he is. That boy is a damn thief. To get all the way and get your hopes up and take it away at a moment's notice. That is a damn thief. To get paid all that money and you ain't got nothing to show for it. Nothing.
Look, I don't like being a pocket watcher, but I'm gonna be one on this one.
He is a damn thief.
He is robbing the ass blind. Now I will say
he is Robin Hood for real.
I will say on this note, Danielle Hunter is a fucking beast on defense.
Oh yeah,
man,
they got a defense. They got a defense. They got a defensive squad. Now, what's upsetting to me about the Chargers is this: they got a defensive squad too, but they ain't been playing like it.
Yeah,
that's the problem. They ain't been playing like it. They offense is doing everything they can to hold in within the games. If you've noticed, Justin Herbert is doing everything he can to hold them in games, but that defense, coaching by Stanley,
and Eckler.
That's a different subject for another day.
Eckler's a good running back too.
They got a good offensive squad. Stanley at coach. Minnesota is -1. Minnesota is -1.
Stay away from this bet.
Ooh.
Stay away from this bet. Stay away. Stay away. I wouldn't be surprised this game happened in a tie. I can see that happening. Both these teams so shitty. I ain't pushing shit though.
Push it. Push it to the limit. This is me. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say this.
Week three.
I'm gonna call the Chargers gonna win this game. They just got too much talent on their team to go 0-3. I'm gonna call the Chargers gonna win this game on the road. 24-21 Chargers on the road.
Push it to the limit. Move it along. Let's go ahead on. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear.
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no.
All right, next game.
I'm gonna tell you what an old friend told me. Do I look like I give a fuck? Because I don't. They moving along.
Next game.
Next game. Another rivalry game. New England will go on the road to face the Jets, Jets.
Man.
And Jets are +2.5 at home.
How the fuck is New England favored in this game? How?
I have no idea.
How?
I have no idea.
How, Sway?
They defense.
How, Sway? How? You ain't got all the answers.
The only thing I can see is the defense. New
New
England's
England,
defense is really good.
New England's 0-2, right?
They 0-2, but they still got a good defense. It's just the offense can't get it right.
Now, don't get me wrong. I can't trust Zach Wilson here. They also have a very good defense too. I think I would say the Jets defense is better than New England, in my opinion.
They are.
So
They are.
I'm going to roll with the home dogs on this one. I'm rolling with the Jets, even though I'm not a fan of Zach Wilson and company. I just don't trust Mac Jones. New England looks like ass. They look like butt cheeks without Tom Brady. I'm calling the Jets to win this game 17-14 Jets. Jets. Shout out to Jock Johnson.
I'm gonna probably make a silent call to Jock Johnson right now after this segment too as well, and let them know whatever you need to do, just go ahead and light a fire in their asses and do something. Because if they lose to New England, the way New England is looking right now,
so who you got?
They can't lose this game. Playoffs, Aaron Rodgers going down. Aaron Rodgers going down is basically the end of a Super Bowl era. So now you have Zach Wilson. You lose this game, that's the playoffs are out. So I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna say the playoffs are out. So I'm gonna go with the Jets. I'm gonna go with the Jets 17-14.
All right. Moving on. Next game.
We'll save ours for later on. So the next game after that will be battle 1-1s again. So Tennessee will go on the road to face Cleveland. And Cleveland is -3.5.
-3.5. So Cleveland's favored by 3.5 points. Tennessee reminds me of like another version of Minnesota without a. They remind me of Minnesota, but with a good running back. Derrick Henry's the X factor. I hate that quarterback.
You mentioned his name. You mentioned his name. I swear to God.
Who? Ryan Tannehill? Your favorite quarterback? All right, crew members. If you've been watching our sports channel,
we just got finishing with your favorite quarterback in Josh Allen.
You already know how passionate and considerate EJ the DJ is about Ryan Tannehill.
The fuck you talking about considerate?
All right, I'll just go ahead with it. I'm calling Cleveland to win this game. Deshaun Watson, what happened to him, man? I feel like he ain't been the same since he got to Cleveland. He don't look the same at all.
He don't. That's one thing I will say. He don't. And not having Nick Chubb is gonna hurt. Not having Nick Chubb is gonna hurt. Nick Chubb got injured. Shout out to Nick Chubb, man. Hope you get better from that injury, man, because that was an ugly ass injury. I hope he bounces back from that. But without Nick Chubb being it, now, granted, the backup came and did his thing, but I don't know how consistent he could keep that up. Yeah. But this is Derrick Henry we talking about. So I'm gonna lean on Derrick Henry. I'm gonna say 21-14 Tennessee.
Okay. And I made a mistake.
But if Deshaun Watson doesn't show up in this game, I can't.
I made a mistake earlier. I meant to say Kareem Hunt went back to Cleveland, not Kansas City.
He went back. He went back to Cleveland?
Yeah, my bad. He went back to Cleveland. So now they
might have a chance.
They plugged Kareem Hunt back in. It's not, I mean, he was there last season, so it's not like he doesn't know the offense. So I kind of like them in this game a little bit. I don't trust this game because I don't trust Deshaun Watson. But Cleveland is sneaky good though. If they can get their shit together, If they can get their shit together, I think they can win some games.
They got a lot of talent on that team. They do. They got a lot of
also,
talent on that team.
But they also play an AFC South team. So I'm going to pick Cleveland to win 27-21. Cleveland covers and they win at home.
Despite the quarterbacks, I'm going to lean on Derrick Henry. I'm going to stand by it. Tennessee, 21-14. Next up, this is an ugly game. Carolina 0-2 is going on the road to Seattle 1-1 to face the Seahawks. And Seahawks is -6.5 at home.
Before we get started, I got a question for you. Do you think it was smart for Carolina to start Bryce Young week 1?
You had no choice.
No, you had a choice.
Who the hell else was going to start?
I mean, he could have started Andy Dalton. They could have.
That's your number 1 pick. And see, I'm glad we're having a discussion right now because I wanted to get this out. And I want to say this for every future draft pick that's coming out there right now, anybody from Louisiana that's about to enter in this draft right now. Let me say this right now and get this out on Front Street.
Okay.
The days of you being a number 1 draft pick in any number, if you are drafted in the first round, if you are a first round draft pick, get it in your head right now that you resting or going through the motions, as they like to call it back in the day in the NFL, is non-existent anymore.
Why you say that?
If they draft you in certain positions, they want you to come in and produce.
Okay.
Well, hey, I understand they shouldn't have started. You feel they shouldn't have started Bryce Young so early, but dude, they had no quarterback at that point in time, and Bryce Young was the number 1 pick.
True.
Hell, Trevor Lawrence was the number 1 pick.
I mean, we've seen before where teams pick quarterbacks in the first round and then they let them sit and watch for a year or maybe 2 years or 3 years.
Mitchell Trubisky was the number 1 pick. And look what happened to him.
He got thrown into the fire too fast.
But at the same time, if you pick this guy to be a number 1 draft, if you pick, especially at a quarterback position, ain't no rest for the weary, nothing. Now, I could see if, okay, they draft a quarterback, but they draft him.
Aaron Rodgers sat.
Yeah. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers sat. But they had Brett Favre. Steve Young, they had Joe Montana.
Well, what I'm saying is in this regard, yeah, Andy Dalton ain't neither one of those people. But at least
none. Andy Dalton is not neither one.
But here's the thing, though. Why throw your young quarterback out there to get killed each and every week starting off? Now, yeah, I get it. They got to learn the growing pains. But you don't have an offensive line to protect this man.
And they didn't even draft an offensive line.
And he's 5'10". Like, he got to run out the pocket to see over the top. That's period.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not my problem. It's Carolina. Right. It's not my problem. It's Carolina. Hey, but my thing is this.
As a Saints fan, I like to see
it. I could see if you did something like a Dak Prescott, where if you draft him in the 4th round or the 3rd round, but you expected him to be good or something like that, a serviceable quarterback, then yeah, sit him down, let him learn the ropes.
Right.
But shit, first year quarterback, the 1st round draft pick, if you ain't got no of the top tier quarterbacks starting for your team, put him in. Andy Dalton is not near one of those guys that we mentioned in that. He's nowhere in that class at all.
Yeah.
If you had a Drew Brees and you drafted a Bryce Young, then you sit him.
Yeah. Well,
but if you got a Bryce Young, but in place, You have, let me throw a name out. Let me go ahead and throw a name out. Kirk Cousins.
Right.
Okay, it's what and what. If you're not fully, well, put it this way. If you had a Bryce Young, but you got a Zach Wilson still in there. Okay, you're starting Zach Wilson until he messes up.
I just think that
Then that young boy going in.
I just think that they could have
Straight
probably helped him better offensively. I don't think he's ready yet.
No question.
I just don't think he's ready yet. I think he still has a great talent, but I don't think he's ready. Seattle's gonna eat his ass up.
He ain't got a line. So hey,
Seattle gonna bust that ass this weekend at home. They favored by 6. Geno Smith looked much better in week 2 than week 1. And DK
6.5.
DK Metcalf is still that man, grown ass man, when he's looking up, looking downfield and matching up against these DBs. I'm calling Seattle to win this game, 20-10. Seattle wins at home, 20-10. Who you got?
You being nice, 24-10. You being real nice, 24-10 Seattle.
All right. Say less.
Let's move on. Oh, okay. This is going to be an interesting game because neither one of these teams, I like both of their quarterbacks. Okay. Neither one of these teams I trust. We have Chicago Bears going on the road to Kansas City to face your boy.
Chicago's what, 0-2?
Chicago's 0-2. KC's 1-1, and KC is -13 at home.
I'm not gonna spend long on this one. I like Justin Fields, but let's be real here. Unless they can get him some better weapons and a better offensive coordinator, he is better off being a running back at best. He is not a quarterback, in my opinion. I've said this week after week. I just don't trust him with this team. I think he's another byproduct of being thrown into the fire too early and not having much of help around him. So I think Kansas City bounces back, win big. I'm predicting 35-10 at home.
Well, I wish Justin Fields would have a Travis Kelce that he could throw to, but apparently he don't. So that's all on Patrick Mahomes. That's all he has. I told you from the jump as well, too. I do trust Patrick Mahomes. I just don't trust his team. Now, they done signed Chris Jones, so that's going to be a plus for them. We'll see how they react accordingly to the defense. The defense should step up a little bit. But Chicago, they got some Justin Fields, to me, is in a bad situation.
They suck.
He's in a bad – I'm not talking about Justin Fields. The Bears suck. Justin Fields, to me, is a legit quarterback.
You think
he's
so?
He's a legit quarterback. He's what we call – pretty much it's like this. He is like a Matthew Stafford right now. Matthew Stafford was stuck at Detroit Lions for the longest after Megatron left. You see what happened when he left Detroit and went to the Rams. He won him a Super Bowl. The guy is talented. He's in a bad situation.
Was put in the best situation in the world. He had no choice but to fucking win. And he then missed the playoffs the next season. I don't want to hear nothing about Matt Stafford.
How much talent did he have around Detroit?
Matt Stafford is Eli Manning. I said it. And neither one of them deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Neither one of them.
Matthew Stafford his arm talent is way better than Eli Manning. But okay,
arm strength. That's about it. He ain't accurate.
Exactly. I'm just going with the pick. I'm not. I ain't got time for this. I ain't money bag yo. I ain't money bag yo at all. I ain't got time today. I'm gonna go with KC just on the strength of the team.
And that's a
I'm gonna go with
motherfucking lock.
KC going it just might be 28-10 the way that Chicago been playing. Just might be. It might be 28-10.
Y'all heard it here first. That's a motherfucking lock. KC over Chicago. They're minus 13. If anything, you bet that game. You better have that in your parlay or something. All right, next up.
Do I really have? See, I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna be on baseline at some point in time to discuss this bullshit that I'm about to discuss right now. Because this is what I'm talking about. You got Dallas going on the road against Arizona, and they favored by 12 points.
As they should.
Dallas has not played anybody.
Okay.
Anybody.
Did they play last week? I know they played the Giants.
They just routed out. They played Giants week 1.
Mm-hmm.
And they played the New York Jets when Aaron Rodgers went down. And now they're about to play Arizona without Kyler Murray.
Hey, man, you got to play what's on the schedule.
Oh, bro, then you know what?
I'm not a fan. You know how I feel about the Cowboys. I'm not spending much time on this game either because I think the Cardinals are pretty trash. I picked them to be one of the worst teams in the league, too.
Giants and the Jets are trash right now at this point. I mean, they just routed out New York. Easily, handily. So what do you think this is going to – bro, Dallas is going to be – this is going to be 28-7 because Arizona ain't about to score nothing.
Yeah. And people forget, too, they almost won – but Arizona almost beat the Giants, though. They was up on New York pretty heavily at the half. They just fucking folded in the second half. I had to look it up. I was like, man, I didn't catch the Cardinals games yet this season, but Joshua Dobbs is their quarterback while Kyler Murray is out, and former Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback. He's looked okay over there from what I've seen on the highlights and stats. He looks okay, but if we're going to say who's going to win this game, Dallas is going to win this game. Dallas is going to win this game.
This makes me sick. They ain't even played nobody. It makes me sick to say it because they ain't played nobody at all. But of course they're going to win this game. Of course.
I'm going to pick
of course.
Dallas.
Now, I will say this, though.
Dallas wins 31-13. What you saying?
Now, I will say this, though. I will say this. Let Dallas lose against Arizona.
Oh, well, look.
All hell is finna break loose on our Instagram.
Mike Thomas. We ain't gonna let Mike Thomas let this up. We ain't gonna let this up at all. But until that happens,
you steal them boys. Oh yeah, you steal the boys, but you ain't gonna make no playoff noise.
What's your score?
Oh, for Dallas, I said it. This is gonna be 28. It should be 28-7.
All right, fair enough. Next up.
All right. Next up. Hopefully, this is a good game. Pittsburgh is going to be on the road. They're going to Las Vegas.
Sunday night football. Raiders.
Sunday night football. Yep. They got the Sunday night game. Las Vegas is they're both 1-1. Yeah, they both 1-1. Las Vegas
came back. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Las Vegas is 2.5 at home.
Vegas is favored by 2.5. There's a lot of weird shit going on in Vegas. Their defensive end. I'm blanking on his name.
I forgot his name too. Crosby.
No, Jones. Like Chris Jones. No, that's
Chandler Jones.
Chandler Jones. Chandler Jones has been deemed as mentally ill by the Raiders. I don't know what's going on between them two teams. He aired out a lot of laundry on them on Twitter. The team has issued a statement saying he is mentally ill. And I don't think he's going to play no time soon for them. So that's a major blow for their defense. And not only just for him personally. So we don't know what's going on with that situation. But I know for one thing, Jimmy Garoppolo is the quarterback for this team. And I don't trust that shit.
Nope.
Now, Mike Tomlin and everybody else with the Pittsburgh Steelers keep finding ways to win. Kenny Pickett is their quarterback. He looks okay here and there. He looks average. He don't look like nothing special to me.
He ain't shit.
I would pick him over Jimmy Garoppolo right now in this stage of his career.
I would have to on this game. I'm going to have to. I'm going to say 21-14 Pittsburgh. I can't go no more.
Yeah, and Josh McDaniels is the head coach. Yeah, give me Pittsburgh in this one. I'm gonna take Pittsburgh in a tight game, 20-17, Pittsburgh on the road. Sunday Night Football.
All right. So next up, we got the 2 Monday night games, and then our game is going to be the last one we talk about. So Monday night games. We got 2 Monday night games. I really do. I like this. So 2 Monday night games are going to be Philadelphia will go on the road to face Tampa Bay. They're both 2-0, and Tampa Bay is +5 at home.
Which means Philly is favored in this game. On the road.
I trust Jalen Hurts. I don't care about the record. I trust Jalen Hurts over Baker Mayfield any day.
Right. I think Jalen Hurts has a bit of a slow start though, but
you're gonna get back.
I think he got too much talent on his team for them not to be kicking it off into high gear. But I think Philly's gonna win this game. I think Philly will take care of business. Tampa Bay is fraudulent. I do think Tampa Bay is kind of good to a certain degree. I told you that before. I think Baker Mayfield and company, Mike Evans looked like a fucking beast week 2. He was fire week 2.
That's what happens when you give him the ball.
I think Baker Mayfield can really cause some problems. Him and Mike Evans. They still got a solid defense. Levante David on the defensive side. I like this team. I'm not a fan. Obviously, as a Saints fan, I feel weird even saying that. But I got to be real and honest. I think Tampa Bay going to win this game. I think Tampa Bay going to take this game. I think they should be very much aware of Philly. I only think they're going to win this game because they're going to be at home. If Philly was at home, I think Philly will win this game. I know you're looking at me all crazy with the Buckeyes. I see you. But I'm calling the upset here. I think Tampa Bay takes this game and wins this game 21-20, Tampa Bay at home.
You drinking Drano.
I ain't drinking up a coffee right now. Tampa Bay.
You drinking drink. Whatever's in that coffee, stop drinking it.
Tampa Bay, man.
You going for Baker?
I didn't say I was proud of it. I just said I'm going based off of what I've seen.
Man, 24-14 Philly. I'm sorry. I'm not taking no damn. I don't care about the record.
Now, I will say this. Darius Slay versus Mike Evans, it should be good. Should be good.
It's Baker Mayfield. I don't care how good he look. He gonna find a way to mess it up. Next Monday night game is
we got
a rematch.
The Rams in Cincinnati.
Rematch, Rams and Cincinnati, and Aaron Donald is going to eat that offensive line straight up.
Are we
Cincinnati
sure?
is -3.
Are we sure Joe Burrow is all right?
I don't think so. I don't think
Are we
he's all right.
sure? What's going on with this? This offense is just stagnant.
This offensive line is what it is. This offensive line, they said they spent the money to rebuild this offensive line. What money did you spend?
I have no idea.
What kind of money did you spend, and where the hell did you look to find these offensive linemen at?
I feel like all
It's
the
like you
money went to
literally
Joe
went
Burrow.
down the street on Cincinnati to find, hey man, come block for this guy.
I don't know, man. Moneybag Joe is looking kind of suspect after 2 weeks, man. Cincinnati
I
is
believe he'll
favorite.
bounce back because he's got the talent to bounce back, but he's hurt. You walked into this season injured.
Yeah.
You limped into the season basically, and you about to limp out. I'm sorry, you injured.
Yeah. And it just got too much offensive power on the team. I mean, like, come on, get this shit going.
Nah, man.
I can't see myself betting against them. So I'm a roll with Cincinnati to win this game. Cooper Kupp is still out for the Rams, even though they've been doing pretty decent.
Man, let me tell you
without him.
something. Let me tell you something right now. I don't care if Cooper Kupp is out there. If Aaron Donald is out there on that field,
He will
against that offensive line. If you see Aaron Donald on that line and he looks back and tells everybody, just get back. I got this. It's over with. So I'm going Rams. I'm probably going to go 14-10.
14-10 Rams.
14-10 Rams.
Wow. All right. I'm still rolling with Cincinnati.
You could go ahead and roll with them if you want to. Go ahead.
See Cincinnati gonna win this game. 27-24 Cincinnati.
He's too injured. Last game is our game. We're about to be on the road. In New Orleans Saints is going to be on the road versus Green Bay. And Green Bay is -2.
I don't know why Green Bay is favored in this game. Now I will say this because the Saints offense does look suspect. Their offensive line is not very good.
I don't know if Alvin Kamara is coming back this game though.
No, he's not.
Okay, no.
And Jamal Williams will not be playing either.
Taysom Hill got injured, as well as I want to say some notable key injuries that happened to the Saints too as well.
So it looks like Tony Jones is going to get the start at running back. I believe Kendra Miller is also out too. So yeah, I mean they kind of short staff. They short staff at the running back position. I think Taysom Hill might still play for this game if I saw correct though. But
he's a game time decision, I want to say.
Yeah. Are we sure Derek Carr is good? Are we sure?
Why are you asking me?
Because I don't really see much of a difference between Derek Carr.
Why the hell are you asking me?
Jameis Winston / Andy
Why the
Dalton.
hell are you asking me? I didn't want Derek Carr in a Saints uniform. I did. No disrespect to Derek Carr. Derek Carr, you're a decent quarterback, sir. But damn it, we need to be drafted. I preached
He makes
for the longest.
He makes a lot of questionable passes in double, triple coverage at least twice a game. At least 2 to 3 times a game. He's going to try to thread a needle, and I'm going to be like, what the fuck were you thinking?
I have said this on numerous occasions. Tank the damn season and go get a Shador is about to go into the draft. I don't give a damn what people say. Coach Prime, I love you. Coach Prime, I love you to death, man. You doing a great job at Colorado. But damn it, son, sir, if your son is being talked about as a top draft pick, Saints want him.
Yeah.
We
Well,
want
we'll
him.
see. We'll see. I
Come
still
to New
think
Orleans, Shador. We'll
I
take you
still
in.
think they're crazy for having Green Bay as favored in this game. I will say that. I think Green Bay is still without their running back. I think AJ Dillon is still have to get the start. Jordan Love has been average at best.
It's rocky right now.
They should be 2-0.
But
I will say that though. They should be 2-0. They should be.
This is gonna be an ugly win. So I'm gonna go for 17. I'm gonna go 17-14 Saints.
And Green Bay's defense is pretty solid.
Suspect.
It's solid. They're not good as the Saints defense, but I feel like they kind of negates to the fact that the Saints offense, as high powered as the Saints offense can be, the offensive line kind of negates that and kind of takes them back a step. They got arguably the best 3 receivers in the league: Chris Olave, Mike Thomas, and Rashid Shaheed. So I don't know, man. And Traquan Smith might be getting traded whenever the fuck he come back. But
I'm going 17-14.
17-14. All right.
17-14 Saints.
I'm going to say the Saints win this game 21-20 in another close-ass game. You know how the Saints do to their fans. They got to always tease us and do all this bullshit before they finally pull the game out. So I think they win this game, go 3-0 for the first time in a long while. The Saints take care of business on the road against Green Bay, another unproven quarterback, young quarterback that they're going up against. They got a great schedule this year. Dennis Allen, don't fuck this shit up. Dennis Allen, Pete Carmichael, don't fuck this up. They've been given a gimme for this division. Don't fuck this shit up. But that's all we'll have, man.
Happens.
That's all we got. That's the week 3 picks. That's the motherfucking picks of the week. Yeah, man. Any last thoughts before we get up out of here, EJ?
Stop taking people money.
Kirk Cousins.
If your ass ain't good, stop taking people money.
Well, shit. The rest of these shitty quarterbacks in the league, they make him look like fucking Joe Montana out there.
Bro, they really are. They really are.
I mean, your boy Josh
Don't make
Allen.
no sense.
And don't forget the Madden curse is in effect. The Madden curse.
He
is the Madden cover athlete this year. So
he is the Madden cover athlete this year. So yeah, it might be the Madden curse, especially if he plays for the Bills. So that's a hell of a curse in itself.
I'm telling you.
Hey, we'll see what happens.
It's something to look at.
We'll see what happens. Not too many people have been able to break the curse, but we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, I got to run. As you can hear, I got a lot of background noise, but I got to get out of here. With that being said, make sure y'all like, subscribe, share, and comment on this video. Tell us what y'all think. Do y'all agree with our picks? Y'all disagree with our picks? Sound off in the motherfucking comment section. Don't be a bitch. Don't be afraid. Show y'all balls in this motherfucker. And if y'all ladies, show your lady balls. Pick these games. Pick who y'all think you're gonna win these games.
Play my song for that.
Tell us who y'all think gonna win this game.
Play
man.
my song.
Look.
Play my song. Play my song. We ain't just gonna slide past that comment.
We ain't got time. We already know what it is. Hashtag the MF'N POD. Holla at us on IG. Holla at us on TikTok, Facebook. We on all platforms. Once again, the motherfucking podcast, Sports Edition, motherfucking picks. It's only on YouTube. Why you acting like that?
Lady balls. Oh no.
Make sure y'all subscribe to our channel, man. and we out of here. That's Easy to DJ representing the 985 and 225. I'm Mr. Headquarters repping the 504. You already know what it is. It's the motherfucking pod.